Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Lysandra, and today is the video. Yeah, so on Instagram I set a poll just to see if anybody would be interested in a debt confession video. And you all spoke and said yes, that you wanted to see it. And I couldn't agree more. While it's kind of embarrassing to talk about these things, I think it's really important that we continue to be transparent. You know, the best thing about this community is that we're very uplifting, judgment-free zone. I have had absolutely nothing to... Printer, shut up. Anyway, so I'm glad to do this, and we're gonna get real raw, real, and we're gonna be doing all kinds of things. So let's get Okay, so first things first, I did go ahead and print out some, okay, well, let me back up just a little bit. We are going to be doing the Debt Snowball Method. And in this method, you don't track which cards or whatever is charging the most interest and things like that. You truly start from your lowest balance and you work your way all the way up. And then each one that you get paid off, you take what you were paying monthly and you just snowball it to the next one until you have lots of money to really tackle those bigger debts. And anyway, so I went ahead and printed these off because my vision, I think, is I'm going to be replacing, I know, my Mini Monday and my Freebie Friday binder. We are going to be taking a big pause on this, as well as our month ahead. Like I say, my husband and I were doing a lot of talking as far as what our priorities are, what's important to us, and everything else. So we agreed that this is truly where our focus needs to be, is to get these debts paid off and really get on track with all this. And I am so sorry if you hear a bunch of noise in the background. Everybody's doing all the things right now. So, okay, put this off to the side. So we are going to start with listing all of our debts. And the due date really, yeah, it's important, but doesn't necessarily matter to me. I'm more focused on how much we're paying a month and then how much we owe total. Obviously, this payoff amount will change with interests and different things going in there, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and put down what it is currently. So Kohl's is our first one, and we owe a total of $175. And that is due the 15th of every month. All right, and then Apple Card, that is due on the 23rd. And I do not have these in order of due date. I have them in order of lowest to highest dollar amounts, just so you know. Anyway, we owe $200 on this one. And then the Menards card is due the 6th. And then we owe a total of $225 on that. And then Care Credit, we owe, let's see, that is due on the 25th. And then we owe a total of $277 on that one. So I think what I'm actually going to do too, we'll keep a running total while we're going at this. So 200, 225, 277. That's already a disgusting amount. That's $877. Ugh. Okay, so then USAA is due on the 9th. And then the payoff amount as of right now is $900. Okay, and then, so this is actually our local hospital. Yeah, we definitely had a lot. Oh my gosh, I wasn't writing the minimum payments. Okay, I'm tracking. So this one was $25. The minimum payment for the Apple Card is $50. And I have a little cheat sheet over here. I'm just transferring everything basically. The Menards card is $30. Care Credit is also $30. My bad. Sorry about that, guys. First time. USAA, let's see, this one is a minimum payment of $70. Okay, and then back to our local hospital, we have had so many x-rays, so many things that it accrued. Thankfully, we're able to work out a payment plan. So that's been great. I have been paying $100 a month for that, and that is due, trying to think, the 10th of every month. And then the payoff for this one is $902. I think I started off at like $1,400. Like, it was a lot. And then Rainbow. Oh, good Lord. So Rainbow is a vacuum cleaner that we definitely got suckered into. Now, it's a great vacuum. Absolutely should not have. This was most definitely an impulse buy. Absolutely stupid. So minimum payment on this is $108. And then the due date is the 22nd. This is the embarrassing part. The payoff is $3,095 for an effing vacuum, y'all. What? Again, it's great, but not that great. I'm actually whatever. It's my coworker's fault. He's the one that set me up. Anyway, then we have Cub Cadet, which is our new mower that we didn't have to get a zero turn. We knew long term it was definitely the best thing for us and our property, but we could have absolutely done something a lot cheaper to get us by until we were in a better financial situation, but it is what it is. So that one is $102 a month, and this is due on the 19th of every month. And the payoff for this is $4,398.71. Okay, so let's add these up. So we've got 900, 902, 3,095, 4,000. I'm actually just going to say 399. I should have done that to begin with, but whatever. Okay, so now we're up to $10,000. And we're not done. No, we're not. So I have a student loan that, confession, I have not started paying on it yet. So shame on me. I need to get on that. So to be determined as far as minimum payments and stuff like that, because I need to talk to them. Due date, same thing, but I know for a fact that I have $4,627 to pay that off. Ugh. And I'm not even doing anything. I was going back to school because I wanted to be a counselor, but I quickly realized that just wasn't going my personality. We'll say that. I'm too much of an empath, and I can't leave work at work. I would bring it home. I don't think that I have the right skills for that job, and I commend everyone who is in that profession. Anywho, okay, so then next we have Ally, which this is more of, well, explanations. So this is my son's car, plus some car repairs and everything else, and it just really added up, unfortunately. So the minimum payment on that is $100. And then the due date is the 13th. And the payoff is $5,186. All right, and then the last one that we're focusing on right now is a personal loan that I have through a bank, and the minimum payment is $154 a month. It is due on the 1st, and the total payoff is $7,695. And then I have a to be determined, because obviously there's a lot. Pretty much everything we have from this point on is our vehicles and our mortgage. So, obviously those are much larger debts that, yeah, we just need to start small and work our way up there. So let's go ahead and add these in. So 4,627, 5,186, $7,695. So that is a grand total of $27,681. Oof. And that's, so I would consider this, it's not all consumer debt, but a good chunk of it is consumer debt. So that's a lot. You know, I know there are people that are in a lot worse situations than we are, but yeah, it's time to act now. So again, I'm very glad to be doing this video with you guys just to say, you know, little things like this really add up. And then, I mean, let's even take it a step further. Let's do how much we're paying a month and all this stuff. Yeah, that is almost $800 a month that's going towards things other than what's important to us. You know, things that we want to be proactive and save and give back. So anyway, so yes, that is what we are working with. So in this video, I am also going to be hopefully knocking out some of this debt. And we're going to go over how I can do that and also let you know that it's okay to do some of these things. Okay? So we're going to start off with my mini Mondays and freebie Fridays. I also have, where are they? What did I do with them? Oh, there they are. So I have the completed challenges that I had done so far this month. I'm going to be taking those. And then I'm also going to be emptying out everything that I have in here. So let me go ahead and just so you can see, I've got quite a few. I'm going to do this off camera really quick, and then we'll come back to discuss this part. Okay, so what I did is I took everything out of my Mini Monday and Freebie Friday binder. I grabbed everything from my completed savings challenges as well as everything that was in my savings challenge binder. I also took everything out of our month ahead binder, and I forgot to put my low priority binder back, but everything that was in extra debt, I went ahead and took that out. So that was a total of $850. Fantastic. But then we're not done. We also have what I had sitting in our Ally account, and there was $800 that was sitting in the month ahead binder, plus another $300 that was sitting in extra debt. So that is a total of $1,950 that we have to go ahead and pay off what we can. So let's go ahead and do the math really quick and see what it is that we'll be paying off. So we're going to be paying off the Kohl's card. We'll be paying off the Apple card. We'll be paying off the Menards card, the Care Credit, and then we'll be able to pay off the USAA card, which is $900, which is going to leave us $173 that we can go ahead and put towards this bill right here. So I'm actually going to grab a Post-it note. Maybe. I'm trying. Bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to make myself a little note right here and say that $173 to apply to this JCHC. So with that being said, that will be freeing up doing the snowball method. That is going to free up 25, I don't think I cleared that, 25, 50, 30, another 30, and 70. So $205 is going to be freed up that we're going to be able to apply every month to this bill until it's paid down. So let's see here. What do I want to do? How do I want to do that? I got another Post-it note. So 205. I'm just going to write that down there so I don't forget. Okay. So if we have the 902 minus the 173, that's going to take us down to 729. So then the next month, not only will we be paying our $100, but we're also going to be putting an extra 205 onto that. So the next, for November, we'll be paying a total of $305 towards that, which is going to get us down to almost getting it paid off in December, which means we will be able to start tackling. So that'll be $100. So it'll be $305 that we're going to be able to start putting towards this rainbow. So that's exciting. So starting in 2026, we will be able, actually, I better put that back there. Starting in 26, we will be able to start tackling this debt right here. And then just continue to do so until we have everything that we've wanted to start with paid off. I should actually go ahead. So as you can see here, I also created a progress tracker just because I think it'll be really nice to see, things really start to take this kind of puts things in perspective, how close you are to hitting your goals. So once I, get things paid off and I know for sure where we're sitting with everything, I will go ahead and determine what each pie is going to consist of, So for example, $1,000. I know that's not correct, but so that way we can go ahead and get some of these colored in, which would be so nice and motivating and just all the good things. But it's not something I want to stare at all the time because it will have a long way to go, obviously. So I'm going to keep it in the back here. But yeah, so one of the things that I was kind of debating on doing was, since we're going to have the $205, I mean, ultimately, I know that, yes, it's going towards this, but I've seen other YouTube channels where they actually, take that $205 and play savings challenges. And so that way, they have money, I don't know. Hey Kay budgets, I know she does it, but I think they're also working because I also want to work with my regular money. So I was usually doing about $120 a week towards the Mini Mondays, the Freebie Fridays, and my Hump Day holiday savings, which I don't want to touch that because those holidays are still very important to us to start prepping for and save for. But we'll see. I'm going to talk to my husband about that again. But anyway, so I will have extra cash that I can play with. So leave me some comments if you would. Do you think it would be wise to take that 205 plus my 120 and just play some savings challenges so that way at the end of every single month we're making that additional payment? Because we'll also have what's in our savings challenges. Yeah, I would love your feedback. I'd love to know what you think because I feel like saving and working towards your debts should be fun. It's also what keeps us motivated and makes us excited to work towards paying off our debts. So please leave some comments down below how you think maybe we should go about this. And also, I really hope that this kind of helps explain everything. Yes'm. Sorry about that. My son Mason just informed me that he's going to be wrestling this year. So, yay. No, that's great. Anyway, so I hope that this visual kind of helps, especially people who don't fully know the snowball method. I hope that this kind of helps show you what that looks like. And I also want this to be a little bit of encouragement that do not beat yourselves up if you have to, wipe out like this. We were making such great progress, but at the end of the day, getting debt free is far more important to us than getting a month ahead. It's equally important, I get that, but this is more important to us. So that way, because you see how much it accumulates that you're freeing up every single month by not having all of these. Yeah, I feel like I'm just rambling now, but please let me know if there's anything else that you would like to know, to understand. And I really am excited to hear everybody's feedback as far as how we should proceed with this. If we do end up doing like savings challenges and things like that, it will be once a week. I'm not sure, what day of the week, but anyway, we'll figure that stuff out later. But thank you so much for joining me in this little confession. But just so I'm completely transparent, I did run all the numbers. And the grand total of debt that we have, including our mortgage and our cars, was around $275,000. So again, this is definitely more achievable for me. So that's why we decided to break them up. So that way, once these are done, we'll have really good amounts to really work towards those other much higher payments. So just full transparency there. Yeah, it sucks, but it's the reality. And we are going to continue to cash stuff and work our way to being debt free. So, anyway, again, thank you very much. I will be back probably on Saturday with a cash planning and then a cash stuffing on Sunday, more than likely, because we've got our last football game tomorrow night. Woo woo! So, thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.